Hello Taurus, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for the time frame between now and the 7th of May, just because I want to make sure I cover as much as I can. Same as my schedule is a little bit mixed up here, so I'm going to dive straight into it and see what's going on for you guys, okay? So let's have a look for Taurus, please, between now and the 7th of May. Between now and the 7th of May. And one last one, please. Just to let you guys know, I don't know the timing of these videos because I'm aiming for them to be slightly shorter so I can make sure I do everyone. But I seem to talk for a very long time, so I pick up on a lot of messages most of the time, so it might be longer. Alright, there definitely is something like a very heavy emphasis on the influence of other people. Okay, my deck was upside down. So just pay attention to that. I kind of pick up that this is kind of a neutral term. I think there's some good people around you and there's some good people to get advice from and have an influence from, but there's also maybe some people that we might need to stay away from around this time, or at least not to really listen or take personally their opinion or their views. Okay? Alright, thank you. Damn, alright. Alright. For Taurus, please. Okay, I actually feel like there's going to be a very pleasant surprise coming up for you this week, which is very good. Some of you may have recently gone through something very dramatic. I do see something dramatic happening this week because the first card that you had coming out is the Tower, as you can see, which kind of scared me a little bit, I'm not going to lie, because we always believe it brings in bad news, but what it does bring in is kind of sudden events that happen, things that we didn't see coming. So that seems to be the thing happening for you within this week, is something very drastic happening. It does have something to do with the community. So again, it could be in terms of work if you have a community around you, you've built a community here, or if it's networking that's your priority around this time, but it could definitely be to do with the family. Okay, we have the Two of Cups coming through with the Ten of Pentacles. Two of Cups is really good in terms of love, in terms of connections with people, and the Ten of Pentacles as well. There could be like a family event, or there could be some good news when it comes down to conversations about money. All right, because we also have the Ace of Swords, which does speak of victory. So some of you could be having a very impactful conversation with somebody. Could be a family member, could be someone that you're working with here who has the opportunity to make you more money, because the Ten of Pentacles, if it's not family, it's about your legacy, it's about your dream, your goal, your stability. So Two of Cups represents the fact that you might meet someone around this time who's really going to help you with that. And this is a victory for you. You also have Four of Wands here. There could be like a sudden marriage happening in a family that you're finding out about. Maybe it's a baby. It just feels like there's good news coming through when it comes down to the people around you, which is very nice to see. All right. Can we clarify this Tower again for us, please? Because I do see there's something else. I feel there's something else here. Yeah, we have the Moon. All right. The Moon and the Tower, please. The Hierophant. And then you have the Two of Wands. So again, I feel like there's mixed feelings about this, though, for some reason. But it does seem like it's positive, because we have your influence coming through here, Taurus, with the Hierophant and the Two of Wands. This is about, again, something that is going to be a part of your future is coming in around this time. So you could be meeting a soulmate. You could be, witnessing a marriage, because we do have that Hierophant here. This could be a contract between you and somebody else that's going to really be with you going into the future. Like, this is a long-term partnership, whether it's career, whether it's romantic, whether it's friendship. But we have the Moon being influenced here. So maybe there is something coming to light, something that you're finding out about that brings in positivity. You're finding a truth about something that maybe you had some fears about, some uncertainty here. Because the Moon and the Tower can sometimes represent things being brought to light, finding something out. But all of this looks good. Maybe some of you have kind of had to let go of some people who weren't part of your plan, weren't part of your future. Taurus, you guys are known to be a very loyal sign. You guys are people who really value loyalty. You like people who are committed to you, committed for you to you for life, or however long, So in terms of career, you like things that are stable, structured, things that are going to last a long time. And the same when it comes down to your relationships with people. So maybe you are discovering people's ill intentions towards you, or you are kind of discovering that some people aren't made for your long-term path, so you are kind of addressing that. For some of you, you've already been through separation, and this is what you're understanding, is that you're unable to now process these emotions, because that's what the moon is about as well, to understand that this falling apart is allowing better things to fall together and in place for you, because this is heavily to do with your path and where you're going moving forward. Alright, so let me show you the oracle cards, and I'll show you why people have a very big influence for you within this week. We have community, so yes, it's about people. This is a really good card for meeting the right kinds of people who can teach you something. It doesn't necessarily mean that these people will stay in your life forever, so just pay attention to that, Taurus, that some people are not here forever. Some people are here to just teach us something and to go along our different journeys and paths, but we can make an influence on each other, which is the best thing, and share our experiences and have that impact on each other here. So you're learning a little bit about community. The reason why I'm saying that this could be a little bit temporary, having to let go of some people, is because that big giraffe here that's teaching you something is in that hotel. So it just represents someone may not be here to stay, but they are here to tell you something, to teach you something. And I'm not talking about relationships. This feels like somebody who's coming in as a bit of a mentor, someone who's, I'm hearing like an elder. This could be someone who is going to drop some advice on you within this week that could make you really reflect about your future. And this is going to give you a clear vision moving forward. I do see that this moon in the Tower card is what's also coming through with this fork in the road. It's kind of this uncertainty about where you're going moving forward and which direction to take, because you do feel a little bit down about your current situation, or the fact that you feel stuck. And I think that being in this place, your environment, whatever is happening around you is influencing your emotions, because that's what the moon is about. When we stay in this place too long underneath the moon, it can really distort our feelings, emotions. It can make us, see life in a different way, which may not always be the truth. But that's what's being shattered here with that Tower card. So I feel like whoever you've been around, whatever you've been around, some limited beliefs around people, community, certain paths is changing because of some advice that you're receiving from somebody, or some sort of like emotional breakthrough that you guys are having. And it has some influence to do with community or somebody here. And then you have by the book, which is good in terms of you are gaining that sense of direction. So for the Tauruses out there who felt stuck, this feels like a message for you that you are going to be guided moving forward. And it does feel like this advice that you're going to get is going to change your path, and it is going to put you in a position of where you're learning, you're growing, you're having to follow other people, you're having to kind of test the ropes is what I'm hearing. You're having to kind of do something you probably don't do, which is be the student rather than the teacher. This might mean coming outside your comfort zone, or taking step by step without exactly knowing where you're going, or whether it's actually going to take you where you think you want to go. Because it's by the book, as you can see, there's nothing around them, but the little elephant is just trusting that the elder elephant knows where it's going. So I feel like this is allowing yourself to trust in others, that they have the wisdom and expertise to take you where you want to go. And this could just be trusting in the universe, trusting in your higher self, trusting in this wisdom that's coming through for you. You could be following someone's footsteps here. You could be going into a new kind of job that again requires you to learn, to study, whatever. Here, Taurus. Here, Page of Cups. I do see an emotional message coming through for you guys, because we also have the Eight of Wands too. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So this could be in terms of work, by the way. There's a kitty cat outside. I'm sorry. That just surprised me. I always have to look when there's animals. Okay, so this is very interesting. You're getting an emotional message, and it has something to do with your perspective on money, your perspective on work, or your perspective on growth in terms of life, like where you're heading. Because I think without realizing it, you've had a limited belief when it comes down to where you're supposed to go, and this is what's changing, or what you're capable of doing. Because we have this Four of Pentacles that's coming out with the Eight of Pentacles. And what this means is we're going from this limited, restricted place and moving into a place that's much more rewarding for you, where you're actually building your skills, building your abilities. You're not holding on to excuses or, things that you've had to actually deal with. Because Four of Pentacles are legitimate things to, that you have, but these are sometimes things that might be a bit more controlling of our path, or our value on them, our dependence on them means that we are stuck in one place without being able to branch out. So if you are in any friendships or situations that are demanding your time and energy more than it needs to, I think you are placing boundaries on things, but you're also placing boundaries on yourself, and you are disciplining yourself as well, which is what I'm seeing here. And this is new for you. I think you're taking a new path because of this. With the Page of Pentacles, you're learning about yourself. And I think this is probably what's coming through, is that there is an emotional message that is going to trigger you on an emotional level, which is going to push you along a path that's much more freeing, and you didn't even realize what the blockage was the whole time. So this mask is coming off, this limited belief is coming off, this feeling of being stuck and stagnant is coming off, and you're more determined to figure out where you're supposed to go moving forward. All right, so you're really kind of getting clarity on your path, which is amazing. Alrighty, and also that means your money is going to increase as well. And for some of you, this Four of Pentacles, maybe you're just in a job that was very limited in terms of what it could give to you. So you stayed stuck in that because you needed the money or you needed the security. And I think that this is what you're learning actually. Like, when I said before that loyalty is very important to you, and I understand that, especially because you're a Taurus, it's just your nature. But I kind of get the sense here that instead of like, okay, what's going to be in my life forever, and what's going to stay, which is good to look at, I kind of feel like you're learning a little bit more about the fact that the flow, and a feather is literally falling as I'm saying that. That's my favorite sign, and it is flowing with the wind, as you understand, like the same message is coming through. There's an energy of like, instead of things being structured and rigid, this person going to be in my life forever? It's about taking what you can learn from things. Like the feather just came out. Taking what you can learn from things and allowing it to do its course. And I could explain this better. I'm so sorry. Understanding not everything is here forever. In fact, nothing is made for forever. So there's an energy here of, instead of like having these super high expectations on things or on yourself, or what you need, you are kind of being more in the flow, and which is allowing you to be more accepting of things and to actually learn more. If you think about it, I wish I could have a better example for you. I feel like I chat too much otherwise when I try to like find examples, but here we go. All right, I pulled you some cards. So we have teardrops coming through. So there is some great personal sorrow, and I think this is something that you have been in for a while. I think it's because of this realization that someone you know is undependable and insincere. Maybe that person's already gone from your life, or, something just wasn't dependable. We then have dog coming through, which is pleasure with a close friend, and boot, which is increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So I kind of feel like you've been down about something. Granted, you probably should grieve that energy, but there is this coming through of where someone is going to give you some advice. A close friend is going to give you some advice here that's going to make you increase your efforts towards this goal. So these are saying exactly what I was saying as well, just a lot quicker than me. All right, let's pull you an animal spirit card as well. Let's see what's going on for you. You have two coming out here. You have wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. Some of you could be listening to the advice of others, and this is helping you along your journey, and something that you can teach others with, okay? Something about wisdom is super important, and as some sort of advice. You also have otter spirit coming through, which says you are never alone. All right, so some of you may have, had to let go of a loved one here, and that might be playing up with your heart chakra. All right, you may be feeling kind of misunderstood or alone, but this is just saying here that you are protected. You are never alone. You always have guides around you. You always have the love of the universe. But I do see that you have a community coming through for you as well. So that's probably coming through as well for you. And that's why he's saying it, is that you are being sent a soul tribe. Alrighty. So Taurus, I love you guys. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for your patience with me. And let me know if this resonated with you. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. If you enjoyed the reading, because there will be more, I promise. My schedule's just a little bit as you can see, I'm constantly having to move and move around, and I'm moving into another place at the same time. So yeah, I'm not very reliable at the moment, so dependable. But hey, I will be having a better structure soon. But anyway, I wish you guys well. I hope you guys have an incredible week, and I will see you guys next time, okay?